In 2008, he said that he would not cut Social Security.
In case there was any question about the corporate media's impact on people during this primary race, I got an exit poll for you. So this is from Tuesday, where 3 primary states voted. This is a CBS News exit poll showing 59% of Florida likely voters said they trusted Joe Biden over Bernie Sanders to handle Social Security. Now, I'm going to show you why this is ridiculous in a second, in case you don't know the reason. But this is what corporate media does. Now, look, I'm not saying all of their reporting is bad. No. Like, right now, when it comes to the ongoing crisis, it is very important to have places like CBS News or CNN or MSNBC out there telling you what's going on. Or even when it comes to, in many cases, when it comes to reporting on the Trump administration. They are objective in their reporting and are critical, and that's good. But when it comes to this primary race, whenever it comes to the potential of someone on the left attaining power, they are never objective. They are always pushing down the best interests of the people over their corporate interests, the interests of the wealthy. So if the media actually did their job during this Democratic primary process, this poll would be reversed, at the very least. Because looking at both of their records, it is clear who is strong on Social Security and who isn't. So first, let me show you, if you haven't seen this already, I'm going to show you, as you see, this is a recent video of mine. But here's a series of clips where Joe Biden is talking about cutting Social Security.
When I argued that we should freeze federal spending, I meant Social Security as well. I meant Medicare and Medicaid. I meant veterans benefits. I meant every single solitary thing in the government. And I not only tried it once, I tried it twice, I tried it a third time, and I tried it a fourth time. I introduced the balanced budget amendment in 1984. It got nowhere. I'm one of those Democrats who voted for the constitutional amendment to balance the budget. I have introduced on 4 occasions, entire plans to balance the budget, knowing I'm not president and I'm not the leader, but for illustrative purposes. I tried with Senator Grassley back in the 80s to freeze all government spending, including Social Security, including everything. Ladies and gentlemen, the American people know we have to fix Social Security. They know we can't grow our way to a solution. They know we're going to have to make some tough decisions. They're ready to make these decisions. They're ready to step up. We have to be ready to straightforwardly tell them what we're about to do.
Senator, we have a deficit. We have Social Security and Medicare looming. The number of people on Social Security and Medicare is now 40 million people. It's going to be 80 million in 15 years. Would you consider looking at those programs, age of eligibility, absolutely, cost of living, put it all on the table?
The answer is absolutely, you have to. I mean, it's one of the things that my, the political advisors say to me is, whoa, don't touch that third. Look, the American people aren't stupid. It's a real simple proposition. We have to do, you and I were talking about Bob Dole earlier. I was one of 5 people, I was the junior guy, in the meeting with Bob Dole, George Mitchell, when we put Social Security in the right path for 60 years. I'll never forget what Bob Dole said. After we reached an agreement about gradually raising the retirement age, etc., he said, look, here's the deal. We all put our foot in the boat one at a time. And he stepped like he was stepping into a boat. And we all make the following deal. If any one of the challengers running against incumbent Democrat or Republicans attacks us on this point, we'll all stay together. That's the kind of leadership that is needed. Social Security is not the hard one to solve. Medicare, that is the gorilla in the room. And you've got to put all of it on the table.
Everything.
Everything. You've got to.
So that's Joe Biden. Now, while this is Joe Biden's record, here's what Bernie Sanders was doing during the Obama administration.
In 2008, candidate Obama vowed he would not cut Social Security.
Now's the time to protect Social Security for future generations.
Oh, but fast forward to 2013, bloodied over failed budget negotiations with Republicans, the president bit the bullet, proposing cost of living adjustments to Social Security and other federal benefits worth $230 billion. If you want to know exactly what that means, let's say you got $12,972 in Social Security last year. That is the average benefit. If the new system were already in place, you would get only $12,136 this year. That's $633 less. Even some lawmakers who support the president, they're furious.
In 2008, he said that he would not cut Social Security. We want the president to remember what he said and not go back on his word.
So it's clear. It's clear. And this is just one example of Bernie Sanders fighting for Social Security. He has a 100% record fighting for Social Security. His entire career, I mean, if you know anything about Bernie Sanders, he has always fought for the poor and the middle class, the elderly, veterans. His entire career is about fighting for people. Yet Joe Biden, again and again, fought to freeze it. Like, this shows you clearly, in one exit poll, this shows you the failure of the media. And this is, again, I want to be clear here. This is the failure of the media when it comes to reporting on the Democratic Party and who is on the right side here, the right side of history when it comes to these issues. This doesn't apply to everything else, but it does apply to the Democratic Party, and it shows you the kind of mountain that Bernie Sanders had to climb during this primary process to get around that kind of misinformation, that kind of propaganda, and they had 4 years of build-up to do it. Now, Bernie Sanders in 2016, I think, had a better opportunity in some sense to actually be the nominee in 2016 because the media had not yet created a narrative around Bernie Sanders. So for many people, he was new on the scene and they hadn't had an idea about who this guy was yet. So he was able to define himself back in 2016. But this year, we're following 4 years of propaganda by the media against Bernie Sanders. So the propaganda worked. And you get results like this, people having no idea who the hell actually fought for them and who didn't.